Sudden Death Overtime. What Lies Ahead by Phil Enlow. Narrated by Philip Johnson. Copyright Midnight Crime Ministries, 2007. Author's Note. The articles that make up the material from which Sudden Death Overtime was compiled were first published in the Midnight Crime Messenger in 2001 and 2002. The reader should bear this in mind, as some references, such as the events of September 11, will seem dated. In addition, there are references to Brother Thomas in the present tense, whereas the Lord called him home in August 2004. While we will miss him, the Lord is still here. From time to time, various ones have asked me about the possibility of producing a book out of the article series, and I have sort of put it on the shelf. More recently, however, I began to feel a renewed desire to share once again the burden that resulted in the series in the first place. To that end, the series has been recast into logical chapters and, with some revisions, brought together here. And so, it is commended to the reader's conscience before God. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. Introduction. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say, Peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. 1 Thessalonians 5, 1-4. It is very evident from these verses that the Apostle Paul had done quite a bit of teaching regarding the course of the age and the coming of Christ. They knew what to expect. They understood how it would be. They knew that all history was pointing toward a day known as the Day of the Lord, a day of utter destruction. They knew that, for the people of the world who did not know God, the coming of this day would be sudden and totally unexpected, and that it would be impossible for them at that point to escape. The reason that day would come so unexpectedly is that the people of the world would be in darkness. God's people would have light and not be surprised by the day of the Lord, nor caught up in the sudden destruction it would bring. I believe it is likewise evident from this passage, and indeed from the Bible as a whole, that God is very much interested in giving his people light and understanding on the world in which they must live.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?